All right, welcome to the first episode of Unemployment Coaching by Tanner. Today I'm going to analyze some gameplay of my dad, who I currently play doubles with. And let me just preface this by saying that this is Diamond 6 to low Onyx gameplay, and this coaching or more or less analysis will be based upon the decision making and not necessarily the um, the skill of the player. So I'm not going to be focusing on like shots landing or grenade placement, just more or less the decision making of the player at that moment, and how you can fix those things. Because a lot of times your aim and there can be a lot of factors that affect that. It could be your first game on. You could just not be having like a good day. Just so I don't really like to look at stuff like that. But the decision making is something you can always look and check and make sure uh, that you're staying on top of it. Anyways, let's get started. So obviously we're spawning on elbow on guardian, so typically on this you would want to go for sniper and maybe even contest invis. um, Both of those are key power items in this map, as well as the shot grenades. So I will let this play out. I can figure out how to fix this. Oh, let's go back. Okay, there we go.
Slayer.
And again, this will be from my dad's POV, so I will be the other player that you'll see from time to time, but this is his gameplay for the most part.
Earn more kills than your opponent.
Oops, sorry. Now it's fixed. Okay. Alright. So, one thing I guess I can go ahead and stop here. Now, it is very early on in the match, but when you're playing Guardian, it really is about what you can control on the map. And as you can see, the outlines of the players through the rocks, and it looks like one's on Invis. They probably already have Invis. Now, something I could have noted is that, for me at least, and not on my dad's gameplay right here, but I could have probably contested Invis a lot better with the sniper. So that's on me. But I think in this play, that chicken maybe should have went S3 up this ramp right in front of him and contested invis. Um, at least grab the shot grenades if anything, because those could be useful for you know covering areas of the map with its AOE damage that it does, and it's also really good for making the invis show when it hits them. All right. Good nade. Goes to check the S2 to find the guy. So, one thing to note, now it could have been just during the game, but just because we don't know where Invis was yet, but I would have liked to have more help there. As you can see, I kind of got double teamed, and they also had the shot grenades, but I was able to trade one off, so now he's in a 1v1. But in Halo, having lower height is not necessarily something you want to put yourself into. I find it, at least for myself, a lot easier to shoot down than it is to shoot up. And when you have the height, you're able to escape more. Whereas if you're on a lower height, generally speaking, you don't have as much movement or area to get around or at least hide behind. All right, so a good play there would have been to go up the little green ledge that you see off to the right, because you can also make the jump up to S2, and if anything, both of us are still dead on the map. So he still has his 1v1. You could have stalled out time for me to respawn, and I probably would have been able to help you out. Okay, looks like we're getting top gold spawn. Getting the nades, those are good. So we know that they're probably both sniped because one stayed alive. Checking bottom gold. I don't mind this play, it's a good play because at least you're feeding information. Making a push, this is good because they're both probably distracted. Throwing nades, nice. Throwing new nades, that's good. It's good. This positioning right here is really good. So based off of as you can see Tanner's position there, we have a pretty good pinch going. If I'm right there, that means S3 is clear, and as you can see from my dad's point of view, S2 is also clear. So that tells us that if we know that both of these people on the side of the map, they're either back snipe or they're S1. So this is good. Alright. Good play. Nice pinch. There's a shot grenade. That's good. Sniper's called out that he's going blue, so his teammate's either going to spawn blue or gold, and it looks like he spawned bottom gold. Alright. Usually, I mean, it's not usually a bad play to check from S2 because, I mean, you're feeding yourself information. But if I just live pinged that the person was going blue, then and they also have the sniper because we couldn't account for the sniper. You probably don't need to wide swing the open because realistically all you're giving them is, at worst you're giving them a free kill, but I mean they're also getting free damage and free information on it. So yeah, I mean, in any upper level diamond Onyx player is going to hit those shots, so it's not really something you want to wide swing. If you were going to beat this, then play a little bit more around the wall or at least some cover. That way, if they hit you, you're not going to get insta killed, from them swapping to the bandit.
Active camo inbound.
Alright. Camo's coming up. Alright. Like I said, Guardian is really about who controls the power-ups. Regardless of how good the other team is, you always really want the sniper and invis, in my opinion. Having those power weapons lets you basically dictate what part of the map you can control. And it can also get you free kills. So when you go bottom and you hear the active camo is about to come up, like, you can't really help with the active camo right here. Now, realistically, if you had information that this person was lifting over and the other one was bottom, going top mid right here would actually be a great play, because not only are you going to put damage on the active camo person, the person on the bottom can't really do anything even though they have sniper, which would allow me to pinch back and we could at least pinch the camo guy. Damage. I like this play right here. Nice, we're able to finish up the kill. That's good. Okay. Good job staying alive. Alright. Me personally, which it looks like I cleaned up the kill, I wouldn't have challenged the camo guy, especially if I knew he got his shields back. This is more or less a position where you kind of run and play your life, and if anything, if you run further away, I probably might have spawned on you or at least closer to you, and we could have doubled the guy. If anything, we would have had numbers. and numbers and doubles is importantly huge. Looks like the kill was able to get cleaned up. Yeah, I even remember that play. I should have killed that guy right there. We would have been, it would have been 5-6. So I mean, that's on me. All right, so guys, bottom mid, and it looks like you see the guy green. So when you're put into a situation like this, there's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, in my opinion, I think the best play is to grab sniper and just either waste it, throw it off the map. I guess another thing you could have done is maybe knowing this information that you do now is run back and, kind of wait S2 or S3 even and grab the shot grenades, because at least then you could throw the shot grenades at the guy you see at green, because he's probably going to push elbow. Snipe. Nice. Okay, so you're running back. That's good. You grab the shot grenades. Alright. This is just unfortunate. It's just one of those things that kind of happens. Movement and stuff like that. I would have liked to seen you stay on S3, considering that... Oh, shoot. Considering that you knew... What the hell? Hold on, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see you stay. You gotta play right here. Stay on the S3. Because I mean, realistically, you didn't have to push off here. I mean, I know you're one shot, but I had your help at S2. So if that guy was, to push you, I could shoot him from cannon, and the other one was still elbow. So if anything, you probably should have checked the guy at elbow, and even if the guy jumped up to you at S3, I could have helped you out. Just kind of like how I helped you there, and you'd probably still be alive, and it would, we could double the guy on elbow.
Plasma grenades acquired.
Good. We got the kill on the guy. Again, if these were better players, realistically, the guy that is at S1 is ping now, he probably would have pushed S2 and at least shot, to help his teammate there, because his teammate basically just charged in by himself for 10-15 seconds and had no help. But now we're pushing the guy at S2, which is good. Remember, you can do the jump up. The jump up is a good play, but you don't know where the second person is, so that's maybe why it didn't warrant you doing that. Alright. So for here, this is kind of one of those things where I wouldn't say I necessarily got over aggressive, but I didn't know the dude was blue, and I was trying to really finish the guy off on S3, so having you there, we probably would have killed him. Or at least, if anything, it got in the trade. And again, it's just kind of one of those things where you're putting yourself in the same position I just died at, which isn't, it's not good to do. Those shot grenades will get you every time. Good job grabbing the nades. Camo's coming up. Looks like one's on it. You throw 2 really good grenades. Hit the guy. Alright. So let's go back to camo. So
Active.
here we know one is already dead and the other guy is going for active camo. So knowing this, we have a 2v1 advantage on the guy getting camo. This should almost always be a kill on the last guy because we know he's going to go camo. We know he's going to try to burn it. And we need, to catch up. So right here, I think knowing, because you kind of heard the sound of the shot grenade kind of hitting him, you probably should have pushed the guy here instead of dropping. And why I say that is not necessarily, and it's not really a hindsight thing, but if you would have pushed him off of camo, I could have shot him from where I was, and we probably would have finished the kill. And then when you go down here, as you see the play unfold about 10 seconds later, like I said about the height difference, you kind of always want to be up high. You could at least, you could have shot the guy at top mid. And again, I know you don't know that he's there, but I'm pretty sure I called him out to get a shot by him right there. And it's a lot harder, because he's got a lot more stuff to hide behind in the elevation difference. Again, we're not focusing on like shots or anything like that. Try to get out here. You kept the guy one shot, which is good. Yeah, that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, overall, you kind of turn a bad play into a really good one because you ended up keeping both of the one shot. Both of them were able to get cleaned up. But the premise there is that we shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. Alright, so we know snipers coming up. We just heard one lift. Probably safe to say that they're either both going to lift or just the one and the other one's going to help them. So, we pretty much can get the sniper for free. Weak. Alright, so not that there's anything necessarily wrong, but when you have the sniper, you can pretty much force yourself upon people. And I think a lot of it boils down to how confident people feel with power weapons. But even if you're missing your shots, people just knowing that you have the sniper, they're less likely to commit to things on the map. Or, just completely back down in general. And it's, watching my S1 here, it is nice. Like, if I knew that they were both going to push me. But we don't really know where the other guy is. So at least, it's kind of like the height difference that we were talking about. Kind of always stay up top and play the advantages if you can. And the thing is, if both of the two people at lift were to lift on me, it'd be really hard for you to help from there. Because as you can see, I'm S2, so maybe I should have stayed S1. But you can't necessarily help me if they push S2. Alright, see the guy S3, calling it out. It's good. Shooting at got the kill on the guy. Alright. So I'm sure you heard it, but active camo inbound. Again, having power weapons is just so critical in doubles. More so than it is even in 4v4. It's good. You're rotating to it. This is really good. I like this. I'm sure the call out was that you're kind of free to get it. Push over. You look.
Halfway to victory.
Alright, the only thing, and again, I'm not critiquing shots or whatever. The only thing I probably would have suggested there is to go for the camo instead of watching for the guy lifting it. Is at least if you would have died there, you would have had the camo burned and used. And, you know, now they have camo and the guy can move around the map. We don't know where he's at. Unfortunate timing. I mean, there's really not a whole lot you can do there. I mean, you know, shit happens, as they say. But I did like the elbow watch because you were able to weaken that guy at S2 while I killed the guy. You know, so that was a really good play. And these, you know, these key moments here, we're all kind of just trying to find information, our team and their team. So when there's a lull in combat, generally the other team's trying to get information. Alright. I think here, and I do kind of remember this, is that I called both of them out, and I'm pretty sure the one was that blue when this dude was one shot. So here in this moment, I think you should have probably pushed the guy bottom mid, like, you know, just run straight at him because he was one, and there's really no reason like not to clean it up, because now you're going to get double teamed.
Sniper inbound.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just kind of one of those things. Green's just like really not a good area to be in. Again, you're kind of at, you know, elevation that's not advantageous, and you can just get pinched from pretty much all angles of the map. Nice snipe.
Active camo.
We got both dead. Game's tied. That's what you like to see. Camo is about to come up. I mean, I do like this play because honestly, if the roles were reversed, you were going for camo and I had snipe, I would be doing the same exact thing, trying to find information. As I know that we just killed those guys kind of near green, so they're probably going to spawn snipe. And they did.
Active camo.
You have the freest shot in the world here. This is, we always like to see these.
Gain the lead.
Good shot. Alright. So again, this is one of these things, you know, you kind of see my exclamation point, I'm taking damage and probably calling stuff out. You should probably kind of put some, you know, prudence on this and get into a spot to where you can at least, you know, see where I'm getting shot from. Let's say you try to go bottom gold and I trade off. Again, not necessarily a bad play, but you know, if I had to be honest, I do not like this particular part of the map whatsoever. Like, you can't, there's not a whole lot you can see from or help from. You know, and green is just really not an area you want to be. Yeah, the shot grenade's good. Or frags.
Nearing victory.
Alright, again, sitting bottom gold is just, it's, you know, it's not your friend. I'd like to see you up top, you know, to help, because doubles is really about, you know, it's kind of the name, doubling the enemy player, especially if you have one dead and both of you are like close to, you know, full shields, is just push the last guy. There's not a whole lot you can do. shot. Alright. I don't know if you saw that guy there or not. Let's see. Okay, no you did. Your scope. Yeah. Wow, that dude got lucky. But I called him out, so here you should probably lift, you know, as soon as I called him out. Time is of the essence, especially in upper level, you know, just anything. You gotta be quick. Can't hesitate. Alright. So, I don't know if that was just like, you just heard the guy on the bottom or what, but I felt like you should have heard this guy jump up. So you probably should have thrown the grenade at the door. But the good thing is, though, you were, you know, by a teammate, so you were able to have the trade if you needed it, which is good. And, you know, when you have the lead, it's always good to get the trades. Alright, so you saw, I think you saw on the death cam there, the guy jumping up. Yeah, so on your death cam, you should kind of always be looking around for information. You knowing that this guy's here, you know with how close I am, that his teammate is not going to spawn near him. But you got a really good spawn, so the first thing you should do here is probably lift gold, and we double team the guy that's by himself.
Powerful elements inbound.
You know, again, this isn't, I know that we don't know where the second person is, but just this spot and gold just not a good area for information. And with me fighting up top, you should have lifted gold, because now they're gonna get camo and snipers up for the taking. Try. Alright, so in my mind, I'm thinking here that if I just killed the guy and I'm at S2 and you know that he grabbed camo at top gold, he's probably going middle somewhere. He's probably not going to go blue, because he knows he has camo and he can make movements around the map. But I do like that you grab the shot grenades. Those things are just so good to have. But you gotta remember, the camo guy, 9 times out of 10, his teammate probably already called me out, so he's probably coming for me. So you probably, you know, after you got the shot grenades, you probably should have went the cannon to the right and watched over, or at least watched S3 jump up. Because, you know, when you're over here, this is like the furthest point that you could be from the map. There's nothing you can really look at right here. And you know the camo guy's shooting at me, so it's not sneaking. Let's get grenades.
1 minute remaining.
Alright, so this isn't more or less a critique, this is just like a heads up. When you're playing doubles and you see that there's a minute left and you're up, you're almost 100% of the time the other team is going to push you, or they're going to start playing a lot more aggressive. And the only reason why I bring this up is that you can play a lot more ratty if you need to. And as you can see on the side of the map that we're on, it's probably the hardest part of the map to push into, just because it's closed off. The shot grenades spawn up top, so you can really close off corridors with that. Good shots. And I do, overall, I know that's the game. I did like that play there. I mean, when it's 24-22 and we have the other guy dead and he's still in respawn and the other guy's weak, just chase after his ass because if you're not pushing him, he's not going to be forced to move, and you practically pushed him right back into me, which is a win.
Victory!
So notable takeaways, some pretty good snipes. Nice job with the shot grenades. Those things are so good. You know, and playing, in the sense of like being able to help a teammate. I feel like the biggest takeaways from that game though is just remember power weapons equals control. They're so essential to doubles, and I feel like that's what makes it unique compared to 4v4s. Always put yourself in a position where you can help your teammate, and that you will find a lot more success, and not only in winning, but also in how you take engagements and how you also feel about contributing to the team when you win. I know it feels a lot better to win a game when you feel like you've really like held your own, especially when it's against a good team, rather than either being like carried, so to speak, or winning by an inch. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this game on Guardian. I actually don't know what it's called on Halo Infinite, and I hope you enjoyed.